Check 1, 2. Yeah, we're doing a little late night for you. Have a little discussion. Little chit chat time. How's everybody doing tonight? Or this morning? I guess it's still this evening on the West Coast. East Coast, it's early morning. Fry TV's in the house. What's going on, Fry? Haven't seen you in a while. Tanya's up late. All right, we're just gonna kick this in here. It muted on me when I switched scenes there. How's everybody doing? Good to see y'all. Still coughing my lungs out. Sorry to hear that. It's not good. It's actually, that's something I've been hearing from a lot of people. What's going on with everybody getting sick? Yep, 9:15 in California. It's funny, I just went downstairs. I didn't have a jacket on. I had a t-shirt on earlier. And it's warm outside. It's still like 50 something degrees. It's like springtime here in Maryland. Tim C's coming. All right, good. We'll wait for him. We'll wait for him. We won't do anything good until he gets here. Hi, Cora. 742, Scott. That's right. Everybody noticed, changed up got rid of WYSIWYG TV shorts today. Changed it to WYSIWYG TV 742. I guess the shorts thing has always bothered me, and shorts was shorts before shorts were shorts. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Back when I created the shorts channel, there was no such thing as shorts. And then, for me, it was just about having some place to put some clips, and creating that second channel just for that. And the live streams would be on WYSIWYG TV. And then we ended up having to use the shorts channel. And well, anyway, today it changed. Today it became 742. So it'll stay that way until I, somehow feel something needs to be different. But we're going to have a chit chat. Christy wants to know what's up. Guess what's up? So I was asked to be a part of a panel discussion about policing in America. And I went over there and I listened for a little while, and then I was invited on panel, and I knew it was going to be a difficult one because People don't want to wait. This is a good one. I want to see this. I want to see this. I want to see this. We gotta make it so that it'll stay up there. Just so you know, people don't want to learn new ways at seeing things. Eating a cake one bite at a time. They want to devour the cake all in one bite. I was watching you on HMS. Fed up. Do you want to join me for a little conversation? I'm going to drop this link for you if you decide you want to come and have a chit chat with me, because I'm curious to hear your thoughts. And again, you don't have to turn on your camera. You can leave your camera off if you don't want to be on camera. Totally up to you. Hot mess summer, Tanya, is HMS. So, the topic of policing in America and police brutality is a really difficult conversation. Tam, guess what? Here we are. Not as much as I had hoped. I got a little tied up today and dealing with some things and yesterday. But we're here. We're going to be here. It's going to be surprises when we're here, but we'll be here. But good night, Tamara. Hopefully you can watch this as a replay tomorrow. As of right now, I don't expect that there's any reason it would have to be taken down, but hey, you never know. Could get wild. Is baby here? It's funny, I didn't see baby in the chat. In fact, you know what? Maybe I should pull up the chat. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is cool. Check this out. I've never done this before. Let me show you what this looks like. Let me see if this works. No, that's not it. That's not the right one. Let's try this one. No. It's all off. Let me just do this. Let me just do this. This is what I'm looking at right now. It's a little behind, so it's going to have a hard time, but that's weird that oh, there it goes. No. It's really delayed on my end here. But this is insert ad close. I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to hit that. But this is what the YouTube studio shows me right now. You guys watching and view counts, but I've never used the YouTube studio before. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, sorry, I clicked over. I thought I'd share that with you. But I was just looking I can see the chat differently there. Do a little moderation. But, Hope's here. She's holding down the fort with Scott B. And, oh, Crazy Carolina's here. Good times. Thank you guys for coming in late. I know some of you are night owls. I'm glad you're here. But yeah, we were having this conversation that was turned into just a lot of gaslighting. I could tell that it was headed there because that's what I've seen her do. And I finally got to the point where when she made the claim that every police department across America is corrupt, you can't have a conversation like that. I did crazy. I pushed all the buttons. Well, the ones that should have worked didn't, and that's okay. It's late. It's way past my bedtime, or what I would normally consider my bedtime. But yeah, I was up having this conversation about policing, and I thought it, oh, you know, I thought it could be interesting. Turns out it was just, it was not going to be fruitful or truthful, honest. Um, because for anybody to say that you can't have good cops, Nebraska, I use Mac, and I'll tell you, OBS on a Mac I do not like. Um, and for all the little fun things that I do on screen and whatnot, um, it gets so clunky on a Mac. It's really made to work on a PC. I tried to do it. I'd rather use it because this software costs me where the OBS doesn't. Um, I just don't like the OBS. It just I could not build it and make it work the way this works for me, and all the fun little shtick things. And so I'd love to, but it's just had another shooting in LA, 5th and San Pedro. Man shot in the head at location. Crime scene is up. Lot of that going on. I know LAPD had, I think, at least one shooting today that they were involved in. Haven't heard the details on that. One of the things that was discussed with, and Summer said she came prepared with numbers, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And I haven't started to look into this, but the number that she had was there was 1,192 police shootings in 2022. And so far this year, there's been 133 in 2023. And it's only, February 10th today. Just turned 10th. Some of you, it's still the 9th. But that's a pretty high number, I would admit. Except for there's roughly 360 million people police shot in Maryland today. Yes, I did hear that a police officer was shot in Maryland today. A few cops shot in PA 2 days ago. Absolutely. There are bad people out there who will not hesitate to shoot at police officers. It is a very, very dangerous job. And I guess, for me, I unfortunately am willing to look at both sides and understand how things happen. Let me see. I pulled up some interesting things. Let me connect this up here and show you some stuff that I found. Because I don't know. You know me. I look at lots of things, and I'm just an average Joe. I'm just an average Joe who, I don't know, try to absorb as much as possible. Let me do something here. It's not a camera. Okay. I accidentally pushed the wrong button. Opened up a program. I just want to pull up my phone here so you can see it. You'll understand, I think. Okay. There's this. So this was, and if everybody remember, oh shoot, hang on. Let me try this one here. It doesn't help if I put the phone directly in front of my control screen so I can't see what's going on. Let's see. Ah, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Let me see. There we go. Now we got it. Look at that. I love it when it comes together. So Macy Gray felt that 2023 was an opportune time to release her remake of the 1992 anti-police song titled Cop Killer. Here are the lyrics for Cop Killer. I don't know. Can you guys read that? I should. Yeah, it's not. Let's see. All right. I'm looking at it on my big screen. You should be able to read it. But yeah, this is Macy Gray's new song, or re-released old song, I guess is what it is. I honestly I don't want to read it, but that's it there. I don't want to be over exaggerating what this is. I know you're not. You're really not missing anything. But this was posted by an account that I follow on Instagram. And he's bringing up, the anti-police rhetoric is what he's trying to show. And I get it. It's a challenge. Chrissy's heard it. She says it's gross. I'm a big fan of Macy Gray. Should we squirrel and tell a story? You guys want to hear my Macy Gray story? Put one in the comments if you want to hear the Macy Gray story. Otherwise, I'll keep going. So there's that. That's a great video. I'll show you in a minute. I'm trying to get to the other police stuff that I found. All right. Let me get someone's. Hey, look, it's Flyer. How are you? Good to see you, bud. I miss you. It's been a while. So back 19 was it? I'm trying to think of what year it was. 2004, I think. Right around 2004, 2005. You need to learn a lot more from Hot Mess Summer. Get some. Sable, how are you? Sable, here's a link. Thanks for reminding me. Here's a link. Why don't you come talk to me about your beliefs? It'll be fun. Come on. Yeah, it's like 2004, 2005. Girlfriend that I was dating at the time was a big Macy Gray fan. She had seen Macy Gray a couple times. So I was convinced to go along to a Macy Gray concert at St. Andrews Hall in Detroit and get there. It was an early show. It was like a 7:00 show at St. Andrews, which was a punk bar in Detroit. Probably still is. I have no idea if it still exists. Turned out to be one of the best shows I've ever seen. There was about 40 maybe 50 of us tops. It was a really small crowd to watch Macy Gray perform. She put on one of the best shows I've ever seen. She didn't give two shits that there was nobody in the audience and nobody bought tickets. She went out there, she rocked it. She played to, full house maybe in her mind. One of the greatest performances I've ever seen. Not that I've seen a lot of performances, but it was really entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So that was my Macy Gray story, but I don't know that I support Macy Gray too much anymore. Nobody remembers it. Not much of a hit. Yeah, I don't even. I had never heard of the song before. I had to check. Just a side note. Just a side note. For those of you who know, you'll know. For those of you who don't, you won't get it. It'll just be fun. Let's see. This is the latest craze right now. This is Oreo tacos. It's the latest craze to hit the food world. This is just one example of Oreo tacos, and it's the most unusual pairing I've ever seen, but it exists. Actually, I think these are Oreo cream cheesecake. Oreo cheesecake tacos. Those are the best concerts, right? The ones you can't remember. This was also fun too. I thought this was a little weird. Fuck the entire nation. But anyway, that's what that is. So this was, let's see if this will play. This is a video from just weird stuff I find on the internet. Hold on, let's see if this will play with audio. It's not playing the audio. Son of a gun. Why is it not playing the audio? What did I screw up here? I don't know what I screwed up. Maybe I've got the audio turned off on my phone. I wish you could hear it. It's really fascinating. Nothing's muted. Sound effects are up. Let's try it one more time. No, it's still not playing with audio. I got a glitch in the matrix. That's really unfortunate. Here. Wait, there we go. Okay, now it'll work.
Here's what's happening here. You get an Oregon Trail card. You go in and you buy bottled water. You go out to the parking lot and you dump it on the ground. Then you take your empty bottles, you take them into the store immediately to redeem for 10 cents a piece. Then you buy drugs.
Did you guys get that? Did that make sense to you? Do you understand what's going on there? And again, this is a great example. This isn't what everybody's doing with these cards. But sometimes people find ways to cheat the system. Does it mean every homeless person is cheating the system? No. Just like every cop is not, corrupt or out to kill everybody or Yeah, Chrissy, I'm not gonna play that song. You guys can find it and listen to it on your own. Um, it was called "Cop Killer" by Macy Gray. So um, feel free to listen to that on your own. I won't do it. I don't even like to say the ACAB. You know, it's like, but to have my point was is to have a conversation with people. You can't have a realistic, honest conversation if the person you're talking to isn't willing to be honest. And you know, for me, when she's like, "Well, no, there's," I she said, every police department in the United States is corrupt. You just don't know that. You're making assumptions. You're gaslighting. It's absurd. So let me just take a look here at the comments. Many people learn to work the system. Yeah, we've seen it a lot. It's the systems are broken without a doubt, and you know, anytime we have these systems, people will find a way to take advantage. Um, Hi, Vicky V. How are you tonight? Good to see you. I just talked to Captain Sparrow yesterday. Had a nice conversation. He's busy. Pardon me. He's busy working on getting his footage all logged and you know, doing his thing. So it'll be some time. The funny thing is that she wasn't really screaming, but you know, I, it's pointless. She said, "Oh, I don't know why you're here if you're not gonna." I'm like, okay, there's no reason to be here. It was pointless to have the conversation. Um, and Lori K, I get that you can't have a conversation with somebody who's been traumatized, and you know, I think what happened to her is awful. I'm trying to be as kind and gentle about this as possible. And one of the things that I said to her and Vaughn, Vaughn was another gentleman that was on the panel, is every interaction is different, right? And to be dishonest and say that to nutshell everything into the cops killed somebody is disingenuous. It's not honest in its. Did the cops take a life? Yes. Was it murder? Maybe. I guess it depends on the circumstances. Are cops put in a position where they're forced to make that decision by the person holding the gun? We see lots of we see a lot of interactions with police officers. I watched one yesterday that somebody shot. And I can't. I wish I could show you these things. I don't want to lose my channel. I'm not big enough where I have lawyers that can defend and you know, I can try, but what's the point if, you know, to lose the opportunity, the ability to live stream on YouTube right now? I'm not willing to do that. But this video I watched this morning, shot from a balcony, a white man has a gun, and the police show up. Trying to remember where this was. And the two women that are recording this, that you hear in the background talking about how if it was a black man, the guy would be shot already. What they don't notice and what they're not aware of is the gun hasn't been pointed at the police yet in the video. And you get a pretty good view over, not overhead, but a nice wide shot, and you see all the police officers and where they're at, and as they're moving around, and they're yelling at this guy to put down the gun, and he's kind of frantically moving throughout the street. It's an intersection. It's at a right in the intersection. He kind of moves around the intersection, and eventually they end up having to shoot him. But for several seconds, maybe even a minute, I think it was 2 minutes into the video, they're not shooting him. I know. It's the in I think the interactions with police have a lot to do with how things go. I have also understood that they aren't always that way, and I get it. But I also know that people can have a preconceived idea of a police stop, an interaction, and oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. And it can get things off on the wrong foot. With that being said, the police officers should be able to de-escalate a situation where that's like that. One of my favorites is a woman in, I think she was in Virginia. She was like a city council or some political position, and she got pulled over for speeding in her Prius, and she freaks out, and the cop was really polite and put up with a whole lot. And the what ends up happening is he just tries to, she wants to leave, and she won't shut up, and the officers keeps trying to tell her that what he's doing is he's writing her a ticket for a seatbelt violation rather than the speeding ticket. He didn't care who she was. He was just trying to be kind and do this. And she's calling her office, and she wants the secretary in the office to hear the conversation, because she thinks that she's being targeted because everybody else around her was speeding, and she just listened to the police officer, and the police officer finally explains to her that she's getting a ticket for a non-moving violation, which means no points on your license, but he's writing her a ticket for the seatbelt, which will cost her some money, but ultimately, he didn't want to just let her go, I guess, which sometimes happens, but he was cutting her a break. And she's like, but that's not what you pulled me over for. I want you to write, And so he goes, okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to go rewrite you a new ticket. And he writes her up and then he comes back to the car, and she's doing her, sob story to him again. And she's like, but you're not listening to me. He goes, oh, I've heard everything you said. And she's like, well, I didn't tell you to go write a new ticket. And, yeah. Davo, you're welcome to join me. Here is a link. You can come on in. Lucky, it was amazing to watch. And she ended up, getting her speeding ticket as she asked for. Sherry Beeman. Davo is a troll, somebody who, I don't know why everybody's unblocked, unbanned. So Davo's in here in their alt account, and they're just trying to stir up trouble. They want to see if they can get banned, but Come on in, Davo. I'm waiting for you to show up. Enjoy yourself. I wanna have that conversation. So use the link. Interview mode's on. Oh, all right. Well then come on up here and why don't you, or at least in chat, why don't you what is your issue? I'm feeling furry. PB, everything's going great. Everything's going great. I came in here because I wasn't going to live stream tonight. But then I had this conversation that just went off the rails so quickly that I thought I'd share with you and shoot the shit. Yeah, Sherry, some people want attention. I want attention too. So the good news is Davo gets attention tonight. So frosty, furry, fuzzy. What's Queen Di? What's the term I should have used? I'm feeling frosty, fiery. I don't know. It's a little late. Like I said, it's past my bedtime. But don't say furry. I know. I'm not a furry. Yeah. Sherry, I'm glad you're here. Back scratch? No. But you know what I mean? I'm feisty. I'm feeling feisty. I'm ready to have a conversation with somebody who, can handle it. Frisky. That's good. Yeah, it's feeling frisky. But not that could go a couple different ways. I'm not sure that's froggy. Yeah, feeling froggy. So I like this that I can watch the chat in what do you call it? Hey, Davo, have you seen the new line of WYSIWYG TV shirts? I should probably put that in the chat for you because I did not put it in the description. But thank you to those of you who have supported the channel with a t-shirt. It's interesting to see what people are finding, their style. It's been a little mix of everything. The Wizzy shirts are popular, or the Wizzy Angel shirts are popular. Some of you bought 2 shirts, which is awesome. Women and men buying shirts. I thought that was really great too. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Tells me that you like what you're getting there. So that's a good thing. Carrie, I missed you too. Look at that. Does the link work when I hit it? Oh yeah, it does. Let's see. I'm just testing. Just testing it out. Here, this is let's just go here. Look at this. There's the store, and you can come here. Let's see here. It won't make it smaller. Why not? Let me do this. What did I do? What did I hit? That's okay. I'll fix it. I was trying to get this off here. I was told I had to do tank tops for the ladies, Feeling frisky has been proven to increase pregnancy risk. Just saying, careful, Chris. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know if Davo's a boy or a girl, so um, Davo may not know what a woman is. I don't know. But yeah, you can do long sleeve shirts, and then you've got a couple different designs. This one is like this shirt that I wear. That's what it's modeled after. The Jeep. Some of my favorite shirts that a buddy of mine made. It's the Wizzymobile. I thought that was kind of appropriate, but you can get hoodies and some different colors and whatnot. Crazy Carolina picked out the colors for this shirt here, which I thought was kind of neat. She said these are the hot summer colors. This berry and this neon heather green is apparently a real hot color this summer, and banana cream. But yeah, you know, you can go and pick out some t-shirts. Everything should come in hoodies. Even the Wizzy's Angels here in some gray hoodies. I kind of like that color. I thought that was good. I think this is the one I'm going to order for myself. As a test. They kind of excited for that. I am Shirley. I am. I was fired up. Yeah, it's it is. It is. Everything's moving around. It's like sticky. Uh-oh. How did I do that? I can't figure out how to get it back to the way it was. There it goes. Sometimes too much technology. Are those camo or shading? I'm not sure. What are you talking about? Camo or shading? On what? Trying on clothes. Yeah, I've got a 742 shirt coming. I was having a little bit of problems with my graphic design work. I think I'm a better director at that stuff than I am trying to. Scott wanted to know about the tacos. So for those of you who don't know, the Toyota Tacoma is known as a taco, and that's why it's called the Wizzy Taco. The Wizzy Tacoma is what that represents. So this is the Wizzy Taco, and then the version 2 taco, which is you can kind of see that the white here, is it's not showing my the truck is a white print versus on this one you get the white outline like the Jeep shirts. And so that's why that's like that. So yeah. It's cold. Feeling ornery, Queen Di says. Yeah, I probably am. A little ornery. Let's see here. I got another one for you. You ready for this? This is going to be bad. I'm sorry. This is going to be bad, and it might be inappropriate, but I thought it was kind of funny. Where'd I put it? I got too much stuff on my desktop. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Um, oops. I'm supposed to be able to just drag this over, but I'm having some problems. Red squirrel showing off his new teeth. What can I say? I'm bad. Anywho, I know I have a soft taco. Yeah. Wizzy crew. Yeah. Right. 742 equals Team Wizzy. Absolutely it does. That is what that is. So Troy, did you get word that I changed over the branding on WYSIWYG TV today? It's now WYSIWYG TV 742 instead of shorts. 742 rumors are swirling. Yeah. Ed's truth is here. It is, right? It's not ornery. It's look, here's, like I said, the for me, it's how do we fix a problem in this country if so many people are so unwilling to look at the problem truthfully? Joe Biden in his speech pushed the divide even further, making it a race issue. It's not a race issue. It's how you treat one another. It's how you treat other people, right? We can't Visionaries. Yes, Visionaries. Visionaries was the bit from today. I'm guessing Chrissy was watching Rooster's channel this morning. Yes, the Visionaries is, and he even spelled it right, which I love that. Chrissy, thank you. That's the best. Shirley's in on the joke. The anger is so exhausting. It is, right? And that's part of the problem is people are angry, and I get, I get that it's angry and divisive. And that's why it's up to us as a group, as a community, as people, like, we have to figure out how to do better. Tim says Brandon gave the same speech last year. It felt a lot like the same speech to me, but I maybe that's what we need to do, is watch a little side by side action of the two. Sparrow's back in California. 76. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Right? We have to stop treating everything as an all-encompassing gauge for everything else. Individuals, you, we, you're responsible for your actions. I'm responsible for my actions. They're responsible for their actions, right? Police officers are responsible for their own individual actions. And the criminals, or the non-criminals that they come against or come in contact with, are responsible for themselves and how they treat others. Just because somebody has a badge doesn't mean that we have to treat them with disrespect. I wouldn't, I don't tend to treat people that I meet for the first time, or, first meetings, first encounters, with disrespect. I don't believe that's who I am. I tend to be overly kind. We can all have a bad day though, right? That's the truth. It is who we are. It's human nature, right? We all have our triggers. But I think when people, it doesn't matter where you come from. I think it depends on how you grow up. I think people can be challenged with meeting new people and be very standoffish. Is that the right word? You can be, whatever. There are people who do not like to communicate with other people, right? But then you get a police interaction, that person gets pulled over by the police. They don't want to communicate with somebody else. They don't want to, have that moment. Well, they don't really have a choice. So now police officer walks into that. How do they, treat the situation? Their business. They try to be friendly but firm. It depends again on what that person was stopped for, right? So I don't think that any one instance can be compared. And I think that's where the problem lies, because when I'm talking to Summer, every police encounter for her is the same. And she treats every time a police officer discharges their weapon and shoots someone as the same. And they're never the same. In fact, very few was the person unarmed. Right? I don't have that exact number in front of me. But that's just the simple facts of the matter. And typically those officers face criminal charges, get, disciplined somehow. It depends on the circumstances. Again, you can't speak to it without really being factual. And, I don't know if we can, if there's one we want to pull up or discuss, I'm happy to, but there's so many. I looked into the Dion Kizzy in LA. I've looked into so many of them just to try to get an understanding of what happened and how things went down. It's tough. People like to pull weapons on police officers and it never goes well. I don't know why that's so hard for people to figure out. There's also plenty of interactions with legal gun owners with police officers that go well also. So more cop cams. I would fully agree with you on that. And I was talking to somebody the other day. It's not the body cams that are the biggest cost factor. It's the storage of all the footage for as long as they have to keep it, and the hardware that's involved with doing that gets really expensive apparently. And when you have groups of people in this country that want to defund police, guess one of the first things that go is things like body cam, right? So, better training for police officers. We see what happens in Atlanta with the forest defenders. Ultimately, they don't want the cops. It's not about the land. It's not about the forest. It's about the cops. They don't want the cops. They don't want them having these training facilities that simulate real life. The more real life simulation you get with training, the better trained your officers are going to be. Pulling a weapon on, I like how you swap that around. Ed's truth. Shoot, I hate when that does that. I like how you swapped around the A and O. It is always risky. You're absolutely right. And it makes me wonder what you have to be thinking in order to do that. I watched this video out of I'm gonna say it was LAPD. Female officer shot in the leg. She took the lead and was at the driver's side door, and her partner was on the passenger side doing backup. As the man got out of the car and he's, turning to his left, he gets out and he pulls a gun and shoots her as he gets out of the car. She's shot in the leg. The partner comes around and puts the guy down, fills him full of bullets. Do you think that's wrong that the cop filled him full of bullets? Me, I don't. I think he got exactly what he deserved. I think that's what should have happened. Officer needs backup, man with a gun, first and Boyle. EMS rolling for a call of a person shot just now. So there might be something going on in LA as we speak. It's a constant fight. I don't believe cops want to go out and kill people. But I think people right now want to challenge the police. Pulling a weapon on someone when only there is no other option, and you better be acquainted with your shadow side. Interesting, Shirley. Yeah. But they blame the cop, right? That's one of the killings that would make up this. I think it happened last year. So it's one of the 1,192 police killings, as they would say. CBS 2, Los Angeles. Let's see what's going on here. Police chase. Let's see what we can pull up here. Give me a second.
Okay, this is a traffic violation pursuit as we understand it right now.
Is it going to come up?
To traffic going to the right side. This is Anaheim PD that is in pursuit. It appears, Susie, that SkyCal's a little bit away from this pursuit, and as they get a little closer, you might be able to get a better shot, but you see him just kind of thread the needle between the wall and that other car.
Yeah, not a lot of traffic out there, obviously, at this hour on the 710 northbound, but obviously this person is in a hurry to get away from those who are pursuing him. So it looks like we just got off the...
Let me get this dialed in. And then I'll be curious to see if what is going on with them. So this is out of Anaheim PD is what they're saying. So failure to yield, which is interesting because it's you don't know why or what's going on. And we'll just throw this up here and let it play in the corner. If there's something interesting that happens, we'll go back to it. But he's saying that their police radios are encrypted, and so it makes it hard to follow Anaheim PD. But let me give us a screen share. Sorry, I gotta do this again because it won't pull that one that I just created over. We'll fix this here. All right, let me do this another way. But it's funny as we talk about policing and what's going on, we can watch the police and do what they're doing. And also pull up scanner audio. Let me get that up here and see if we can pick it up. Actually, we won't be able to because he just said it's not LAPD, so we won't have it. But I will get it ready if he heads towards LA. That will come up for us. So I'll have that set up. Let's see if we'll see if we get any of that audio. So let me pull. Right now what you're listening to is LAPD dispatch. And how many of you have heard? Throw one up if you've listened to a police scanner for any period of time and actually heard, what that is.
2833, Roger.
But
so now we're kind of trending 4774.
Because I'm curious, like if you haven't listened to a scanner and you know.
Roger.
What's going on, V Radio? Welcome.
8806.5 Orchard Avenue, Mark comments, code 4801 or 1801.
The police scanner can be very busy, especially in LA. You get a lot going on.
Vermont Beverly platform.
SB 425 Vermont and Beverly platform. I'm with the gun, took PR's vehicle. Code 20479630461.
So what you're hearing as I work on pulling this up for you.
Partial plate is X-ray Young Robert, the white Lexus SUV. I believe it's the vehicle the suspect on the shooting was driving.
So they're looking for a shooter right now. And that may have something to do with what we were hearing earlier.
No trouble.
It's hard to say at this point.
Charles, indicated verify location.
Just because we're listening to so many different frequencies bouncing around, the way the scanners are set up.
All units code 4 on the code 6
for
Charles.
Broadcastify.
7924 DeGarmo, suspect in custody. 070 1043. 5824 standby. Westmont and Gaffey. 5824. Code 6 Charles Gaffey and Westmont. Code 4 is going to be a common name only, Westmont and Gaffey. So it's code 4 in the code 6 Charles, common name only, Gaffey and Westmont.
Okay.
Now
we got it going on.
1980, show the
Sorry,
19 units under watch.
So long to figure that out. But
80, Roger.
So this is
Where is show code 4?
It's the vehicle here that they are following.
1050, 1050, come in.
And they might.
South Utah.
There you can see they've got the.
All units, code 4 Nicole 6 Charles.
They've
Violent
got the
way wrong suspect.
Night sun. Doubled up there. They've got the night sun going. So he knows that he's being tracked. He knows that he's there and being followed.
Here's boyfriend, male, black, 50 years, in a brown 4-door pickup truck, unknown license. Suspect broke PR's window. Code 2-4811 RD 1239.
But
4809 RD 245.
they seem to be letting him kind of run. But you notice that he's got his lights out. not a good situation driving around
investigation 5214
without your lights on. But hey,
Incident
they do it all the time.
4812 RD 1153.
And we're listening to the LAPD scanner.
A kidnap. You could tell FD is clear to enter. Seven 7847, come in.
Hour 46, 17 or 46, come in.
I'm always surprised how the officers can interpret, because all the dispatchers speak differently. Some are more clear than others. They're showing live and replay. So bottom corner is replay from earlier. But just getting through these lights, running red lights. They're not putting any pressure on him as far as following him, it looks like. You can't see the officers behind him at this point. This is what they call tracking mode, because they got in so much trouble. The police have gotten in trouble that chasing suspects, and the suspects kill somebody, and everybody blames the police for chasing down bad guys. So they have to decide, and often you'll hear, we can't hear the scanner for this exact chase, but you'll hear when they back off, they go into tracking mode. They'll let the helicopter just see where the suspect goes, try to pick them up wherever they stop, anticipate the direction that he's going. Some of the police are definitely tyrants. You're right. Are they tyrants, or did you do something that you're getting scolded for and you're upset about it? You know what I mean, Kathy? It's like, I haven't had bad interactions. I did have this one time that the cop was a bit of an a-hole in Nebraska on Christmas Eve one year. And he wrote me a ticket. And I swear he was doing the meow thing. Nobody around. Early morning, most beautiful roads. I was doing 115, something like that, when I saw a car come over the hill in the distance, and I jammed on my brakes and slowed down just in case it was a cop. Well, sure enough, it was a cop. He hit me for 110. He said he was tracking me a long way away, facing me. So he turned around, he comes and he pulls me over. But man, it was the most beautiful road ever in Nebraska. And it was so smooth and straight. You could see for miles. I had to open it up and see what the car would do. But not another car around. Him and I. That was it. I thought he was a dick. But you know what? He was doing his job. He got me for speeding, and, do I wish he didn't give me a ticket? Yeah. This was back 2000. Maybe it was even like 90, 99. So I had a Subaru and a silver fake. It was a Subaru wagon with a Saab emblem on it. Had that back in, I think it was 99, 98. I was driving back to Detroit from California. It's a pretty sharp camera, I gotta say, that CBS has. It's got good night capabilities. They can really see. Nebraska does. I know, you're right. That is so very, very true. So very true. I wish we were in LAPD district. We would have audio from this chase, but because they were in Anaheim. Let me see if we got LAPD yet.
Your message.
This is one of those chases that could go on for, I don't know, forever. It's thankfully not too reckless. He's run several. He just ran that light there. Yeah, he's blowing through red lights, which is unfortunate because he's really appears to be by himself.
1239, your surveillance suspect 45842 Denver Avenue is now code 3 ambulance.
Code 3 means get there. But let's check in with the audio here, see what they got going on.
10 minutes or so that we've been on this or over this, and obviously they want to get to this guy, but they don't want to put too much pressure on this person to drive like a maniac because they know they're being followed, especially from the ground.
Let's get back up to Desmond Shaw and Sky Cow. So Des, earlier you were saying not good, not good. You have an update?
Stu Mundell is definitely my favorite helicopter pilot in LA.
First saw that CHP unit get behind this person. You saw this
but Desmond Shaw does a great job too. Stu Mundell tends to get a little more excited and be a little more exciting during a car chase. He also tends to call it in a more realistic fashion, and he's thinking about safety of people on the ground. And this guy's getting into the neighborhood here. He's getting into the neighborhood, which is, to me, I think a great time to bail in the darkness. But the helicopters, I think they've got thermal, and the police units have a lot of technology. Use a VPN to make you appear in LA. Why is that? What would that do for me? Rhonda loves Stu as well. Are you part of the Stu crew, Rhonda? Troy. There you go, Sherry. Yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to have, oh, that was close. I used to have a couple phones open because I'd be watching, as many helicopter angles as I could. I'd have the scanner on if I was home, and because the neat part about the scanner is you hear it directly as it comes across the radio during the chase. So you hear what they're planning, what they're setting up as far as trying to stop. You also find out more details about the suspect that the news choppers won't broadcast. And you hear it live. So oftentimes what you hear is you'll hear the TC, the traffic collision, before you watch it on the live stream, because the live streams are usually several seconds behind. So it's sort of an interesting way to monitor and understand what's going on, and you really hear the dangers of it as well, and how it affects the public. It's like, why run from the police? Can anybody try to answer that question? Like, do you think in LA you're going to get it? Like, small town, no helicopter, you might get away from the cops. But like, how bad of a criminal do you have to be to damn. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm sorry this is not, enough for you. But we were talking about police, and what better way to discuss the police than to watch a police pursuit? Oh, there's audio here. I just was turning off because I often don't see the point of hearing
in the Boyle Heights area, which, by the way,
hearing
is now
the
another law enforcement agency's jurisdiction.
people
Now we're
in
LAPD's
a
area, so they're going to be
studio
aware of this.
looking at a
they'll
little
get
tiny
involved either,
monitor
but,
that
they are aware of that. We still have the
just
two,
give the most
sheriff's
ridiculous
helicopters
analysis
above
of what's going
as
on.
well. And it sounds like CHP may be trying to send some units back to his house or to the registered owner's house just to see if they can gain any information that way or be there in case he comes back.
Yeah, good chance he might go back. And that was what I was going to say, Susie, as well.
They might go back. You never know. When they passed that, everyone came there thinking they gave you a fat sack and Mai Tai. Then they broke and are homeless and strung out on harder stuff. What did I miss, Nebraska? I must have missed something really good. They aren't allowed to pursue. Yeah, some municipalities, they're not even allowed to chase a suspect in any way. If you run from the police, they're not allowed to chase you down. Is that Portland now? Hope says there's always a chance they get away, especially in LA. Oh, that's the new bridge in downtown LA. That's interesting. He's headed into downtown.
4779 or D.
Let's see if we get the police chase coming on the scanner now.
Go.
Roger, man.
That's a beautiful bridge. I wish they'd zoom out for a little
600
nicer shot.
Brynhurst.
So that bridge in LA, people were going and doing videos and social media, and it was getting crazy every night. The police had to go out and put a stop to it because they were blocking traffic and doing street takeovers and stunts and
MX84 Roger.
the videos I saw were just outrageous. The nonsense that was going on. But
any juveniles detained right now in the area of La Brea and Florence or the 77th Division area?
Pat and McCrotch. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You know, for me, it's about sparking that conversation. Everybody seems to be very opinionated on policing, and everybody has their own experience. And I think we got to get to a place where we figure out how to make policing better for everyone, right?
Gray pants, threatened PR with a knife. Code 2, incident 4856, Artias 111.
How far behind do you think it is?
Can you just my call as a referral and show me
Sky,
that seems available for
KCAL could be a little behind. It's showing currently that I'm live. I'm watching from the CBS2 News
341. Can you raise any
website?
Have them
But
respond to me on.
If you're listening to the scanner, then you're definitely hearing how far behind this news feed is, or how long they've got the delay. They lost him on SkyCal. Oh, yep, there you go.
3841 is requesting a smart team 3950 Hillcrest Drive.
And again, this is one of the tactics: is you get into the buildings here.
Red sedan near the intersection
You
with
get
parts of the car in the street. Code 2 incident 4858, RD 1778.
you get into the tall buildings here, and the helicopters have to fly around them, and that helps you to get into one of the parking garages, and you hope you slip into a parking garage unnoticed, and that's how they get away. I heard. Yeah, that's so on the right side, that's earlier. I've heard a number as high as 50% getaway. Thank you, Sherry. So the sheriffs were chasing him. because that looks like CHP that was behind him right there. That was Southgate. Yeah, that's a CHP unit that's behind him there. Yeah, they probably handed it off a lot. He would have gone from sheriff to CHP when he went on the highway, and then ended up in LAPD. Whoa, that was close. Well then. Yep, you can't fly into LAX airspace. That is correct, without permission. Depending on time of day and whatnot, they can get permission to fly through certain altitudes. But I was watching a chase yesterday or day before that ended up in a crash. Suspect tried to carjack a work truck with a trailer. And the news crews were having a hard time, and they were at the very end of their zoom lenses trying to track it. But yeah. So Bama says the cops shouldn't risk the life of innocent drivers or pedestrians, only if it's a kidnapping. So that's the line for you, Bama. I get it. You know, I've heard different. Everybody has a different line. You know what, Bama? What happens when, you know, in these cities where you can just run from the police? When does policing become ineffective, right? I guess it totally, like, you know, what about a drunk driver? You know, you've got a police go to pull over a drunk driver, and that drunk driver runs. Like, how willing are you to risk life to allow a drunk driver to keep driving down the road? We see these incidents where the drunk driver pulls into the wrong direction on the freeway and the head-on collision kills people. You know, how far would you go to prevent that, Bama? You know, like, policies and procedures, LAPD tries to balance, I know, all of these different scenarios, right? Oh, Hope. He's going to go to jail, I think. It was a blatant disregard for safety protocol, everything he ignored. And I just, it's sad. There was, yeah, it was a totally avoidable death. And the guy's a knucklehead. I could have told you he was a knucklehead a long time ago, and he still continues to be a knucklehead. That's what I see. That's definitely what I see. But I doubt he'll get jail time. But Helena Hutchins' family should own his ass for the rest of his life, as far as I go. That's what's going to be proper. But I think he's so much about himself that I don't know. He doesn't care about anybody else. And I think that's what we'd seen for years from him. I don't know. New pursuit. Holy cow. What's the new pursuit? Let me see. Maybe they'll come up here. What the? Hold on. Breaking news. Breaking news. Hold on. Marie, thank you so very much. You rock. Marie, thank you. Thank you for your support. You are awesome. I can't thank you enough. That is too kind. Thank you very much. I looked at my phone and all of a sudden I saw Marie had sent a donation on PayPal. Air 7. That's what I was trying to figure out was Air 7, but Marie was way more important. Let's see if we can find anything here. It's interesting because the first thing that came up was Air 7 struck by suspected drone over downtown LA. That was in 2019. I did not hear about that. Let's see. I didn't realize they had a YouTube channel. So the account that posted that this new pursuit started, he had the scanner audio, said that they were in pursuit, and it was over as he posted it. He posted it and it said, "This took forever to post. It's over." Poor guy. I've seen that happen before, you know. You hear the start of the pursuit and then it's over that quickly, which is good. I'm happy that it doesn't always end up in a pursuit. It definitely is a boy band, New Pursuit. Even if it was someone else, what if Shirley, if you were driving a stolen vehicle and you felt confident you could get away, okay, what's the best vehicle to be in a police chase in? Melissa, yeah, I think we were watching the same chase on CBS. A guy ducked into a building or something. We were watching it. We had it on. I'd like to show more police pursuits as part of our entertainment and learning experience. But welcome, Melissa. I'm glad you joined us. What do you think? What do you think the best vehicle is for a pursuit? If you're going to run from the police, what is the best vehicle? Troy, I want to know what you think is the best. Nebraska Hillbilly says a tank. I don't. A tank doesn't work. It just destroys shit, eventually, yeah. I feel like okay, let me rephrase. What's the best vehicle to get away from the police if you were going to do that? If you were going to try? Do you want to be in a high-speed car? You want a supercar like a Ferrari or something? Or, do you want to drive a complete beater? I know what you've been watching, Nebraska, that's for sure. Killdozer, right? Thanks for joining us, Wayne. We're all sort of in that late night mode. Best vehicle, it's a Honda or a Toyota. All right. Why, Melissa? That's the question. And you've seen the movie, what was it called? Driver? Was it Driver? Because there's Baby Driver. That's the one movie. But I think Driver was the LA movie. If I'm right, I'm trying to remember. Ryan Gosling, right? Ryan Gosling plays the driver. I'm guessing Melissa saw that. The guy in Colorado used a bulldozer and did a pretty good job. Yeah, but he wasn't trying to get away from the police. He was trying to destroy the town to teach them a lesson because they'd put him through hell. Killdozer is an amazing story. Not saying what he did was right, but that city, that town drove a man to make, irrational decisions because they had taken everything else away from him. And it's a really interesting documentary about him and what he did. He killed no one. Keep that in mind. He did not kill anyone. He didn't set out to kill anyone. But glass packs. Shirley wants a 69 Chevelle with a 350. Toyota TDR Turtleback. Interesting Rogue. Kit Kat. The robe's sort of been retired, but it's still around. The robe, you never know. The robe might just make a comeback. Ford Bronco, isn't that what you? Yeah, OJ was not very successful, so you may want to pick another vehicle. Ideally, you want something that blends in. Was I right on the movie? Was it Driver? I forgot. I was starting to look. Lifted 4x4, cop cruisers could not cross the river. The difficult part is finding a river in LA because we don't really have rivers. Which is the hard part. But I have seen some interesting chases in other states where, the perps try to drive across fields and whatnot, and get the cops stuck, but that doesn't always work. As long as they can stay with you and not lose you. But I feel like the techniques that I've seen where the bad guys have gotten away, 99% of the time it's when they go into that parking structure where the helicopters don't quite see it or not sure where they went into, and they get down there and they most likely ditch the vehicle and disappear. Sometimes they can, use cameras and figure out who they're looking for, but the number that I've heard from, in fact, it was an LAPD film tech that is like the person on a film set that keeps, you know, the look and the I'm having a hard time with the words right this second, but the technical advisor for the LAPD, or he's an LAPD technical advisor on a film set. We were having this discussion about the helicopters and the car chases, and he's like, no, the 50% get away or more. But it felt like a really high number to me, just based on the ones that I watched. But it doesn't mean I caught everyone, and so I trust him. You know, when he says people get away, they get away. But yeah, it's just called Drive. Ryan Gosling, 2011. That movie came out. But in Drive, oh, hang on. Just stop that. In Drive, Ryan Gosling has a very nondescript car. It's built on the inside, and it's made to get away. And he knows the streets, he has the routes, and that's what he does. So, great film. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend Drive. It is basically what we just watched. Very exciting movie. It's been a while. All-star cast. Who's all in this? Bryan Cranston's in it. Bryan Cranston, Carey Mulligan, Albert Brooks, Christina Hendricks was in it too. This was after her role in Mad Men. She was very popular right after Mad Men, or during Mad Men, and she was getting a lot of roles. Oscar Isaac, Ron Perlman, the world famous Ron Perlman. It shifted. Sorry, I didn't realize it shifted. Ron Perlman. I've got to stop doing that on those. I need to switch. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Chinese balloon escape vehicle. Totally. You might outrun the cops, but you cannot outrun the Motorola radio. That is true, Wayne. That is true. Yeah. And, you know, cops don't like it when you run from them. They tend to get, you know, that extra hit in when they catch you. Personally, I think you deserve it. But, you know, others call it police brutality. I just think, you know, you do stupid things, you know, deserve what you get. The takedown's a little harder when they go in to make the arrest. If you try to still run from the police after they catch you or after you crash a vehicle, the takedown is going to be that much harder. PB, you got a hoodie on the way. Awesome. What color did you get, PB? I'm curious. Did you get the Wizzy Taco version 1 or 2? Or did you get a Wizzy Angels? I can't wait. If you got a shirt or a hoodie and you email me a picture, I'll put it on air. You and your t-shirt. I would love to see it. If you just want to send me a picture with the t-shirt and you don't want it shown on air, make sure you tell me, don't put it on air. But I would love to see you in your t-shirt. Susan Knox says, hang on. Susan Knox says, "Oh, disappointed that you can't acknowledge that certain cultural realities aren't a reason for decision," I'm guessing, making. Help me understand that, Susan. I truly, I really want to understand what you're talking about. What certain cultural realities are you talking about? I'm really curious about what those are. Because frankly, I don't think that any cultures in the United States should have any different reality when it comes to dealing with a police stop. I think that if you understand and can relate to what the police are doing, let's check this out. I found this, and I'd really like to show you guys this. Let me pull this up. This is a police officer who is taking people off the street and putting them in a position to be police officers. Sort of a role reversal. Let me find this. My watch later is out of control. So the YouTube channel is called Breaking Barriers. Yeah. Why did that disappear like that? That's really bizarre. Okay. Let's try that. Oh, something's not working right for me tonight. It's just having all kinds of problems. Okay, here we go. So this is Breaking Barriers. This is their YouTube channel, and he does a good job. Let's give you a little preview of a video here. So he what he does is he sets people up to sort of be in the position or the role of the police officers in the role of officers that have been in these circumstances where they've had to make this decision. And so hey, let's watch this one. I haven't seen this. And he might just be talking about this, but we can't do that. Okay. This one I watched. This is a good example. So he wait a minute, I can't sound here. Please hold.
Thanks for male Hispanics. Open the door.
Okay. Yeah, no audio. Everything's falling apart here. Breaking it. Let's try this one. It's funny because I had audio from the other thing I was playing, but none of these will play with audio. I don't know why. That's very weird. It's a sign that it's time to go to bed. Anyway, you guys can see this. The website or the channel. Sorry, let's do this. I gotta get on the right screen here. I'm falling apart here. I'm sorry. There you go. Now you can see it. Breaking Barriers United is the web the channel on YouTube. But go check out the videos. It's kind of interesting because how he puts people into these scenarios and makes them act as officers and try to, this one he's got them trying to talk this guy down with a gun or potentially has a gun. They can't, they're not sure. And then at the end, he shows the scenario and the body cam footage from the actual incident and how it ended. I'll tell you in this one, the man with a gun was having a hard day and the officer was actually able to not shoot him. Turns out he just had a cell phone in his pocket, but was refusing to follow commands from the officer and didn't get shot. So it had a good ending, but these guys, they get put into these scenarios where they have to be the police officer and hopefully do the right thing. So it's interesting. I enjoyed kind of watching it and seeing how people handle the situations. Good night, Cora. Just remember, I'm a big fan of the Irish goodbye, but we're all coming to an end here. I know it's 2:00 in the morning, but I got some work to do. Figure out what's going on, bugs in the system. I'm going to stop updating hardware and software because all kinds of bad things happen. I think it has a lot to do with doing panels and whatnot. I shift something around for that, and I think that's what's going on. I think. I'm not positive, but I'll get it figured out. See why, see why it's all happening. But well, Davo, I'm glad you're here and paying attention. We like being challenged, without a doubt. And you're more than welcome to be here, as is everybody. Melissa asked, did I get married? Not yet. Not yet. I could. I certainly could. I was not looking to meet someone and fall in love. That's for sure. It just happened. I really, the Unigoat is amazing, and we have so much in common. And what did we do today? Oh, like yesterday, we both went to the kitchen from separate parts of the house to get the same exact thing, chocolate, out of the freezer. I'm like, I was so mad. I'm like, it wasn't like time to get chocolate. It was just where I was like, I need some chocolate. She needed some chocolate too. That's fucking weird. We do that a lot, and it's weird. I've never met or, known somebody that like our wavelengths are there. They're perfectly in tune, and it's bizarre. And she's amazing. And I was not looking for love in my life like that. And it happened. So sometimes you just go with it. And I'm really, PB got the dark heather pullover hoodie. I got because couldn't get a red one. Ah, you like red. There's some red options, but not in the hoodies. But okay. Note to self, red hoodies. Now, do we need to do like Dodger blue and red hoodies so that we have the two different gangs sort of equalized? Is that, is it a gang? Bloods and Crips? I'm just checking. I want to make sure. We don't want to. Yes, surely I have been married once before. Was married once before. Oh my. Gigi. Gigi. Did you see your shirt, Gigi? Breezy, welcome back to you. Glad you're here. Susan, I did I miss your joke? Here, let me. I can fix that. I can go back and look. Let's see here. I got on my screen. I've got just your messages, Susan. See up here? This is all just your messages. So I look like an apple in red. Is that was your joke? And I could see where that would be funny. I get that. That is funny. Troy, all wives tell me to tell you that if you ever hope to get laid, don't record. Susan, how do you know Troy? West Coast equals still, I'm still being reasonable. Susan Knox said something that apparently is racist according to Rogue. White folks don't feel like they have to run versus black folks. Reality might be a distrustful relationship. It alters how you respond to a stop. Okay. So, okay, good. See, this is, man. Susan, this is interesting. Now, how many There are plenty of non-white men who get stopped by police all the time. It's a two-way street, right? No matter who the police are pulling over, white, black, brown, red, purple, green, whoever, it doesn't matter. You can't always tell who's driving the car. In fact, most of the time you can't tell who's driving a car. I challenge you, the next time you're in your car, I challenge you to pull up behind a car and try to guess the person that's driving. Try to guess as much about that person as you can. And then as you drive by them, be honest with yourself. How close were you? You know, guess the race, guess the gender, you know, guess all of those things. It's pretty hard. I've tried it. Most of the time you can't tell for whatever reason. And then add tinted windows into the situation. If you live in, you know, states that tend to be really, yeah, even here I see a lot of cars with tinted windows in Maryland. But not as easy as one might think. So, hey, Patriot Lady. That was from way earlier. She says, true, man. P.S. Pro law enforcement. But I am currently teaching 3/4, 3/4 to drive. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Yeah. Tinted windows are illegal in PA. Interesting city. Yeah, there are a lot of states that are like that. Motorcycle chase in LA. Really? Oh, yeah. Let's check this out. Let me see if I can get this. I couldn't get sound up here before, but let's try this again. Let's see. Let's see. Please chase. Oh, it's already over. It's already over. Just like that. It's 3 minutes. It didn't even last. CHP. Got him. Still no audio. Surprisingly. Nothing. Why is that? Very strange. What's going on here? Procaster chit-chat. Procaster main. Main should be coming up there on the thing. Everything says it should be working. Everything should be working. Something going. Okay. But we were talking about Cindy. It's funny. Like, I'm more creative late at night. I tend to work better late at night. But I also enjoy going to bed early and getting up early. I like early mornings. I could go either way. It just depends. I had a couple busy days of doing stuff and trying to work through some problems and still trying to find a job. So I've been dealing with that. And but yeah, I we'll have some late nights. We'll have some daytime stuff. But yeah. We were talking to Susan. Susan says, I've thankfully not had to discuss decorum for a police stop. If you can't see the head, then it's grandma. Oh, that's funny. And Ed nails it as usual. What was that? That was a commercial in what, the 70s or 80s, and the car's kind of swerving around, and you can't see anybody behind the wheel, and then it's the older lady driving. Was it Wendy's? Maybe. I don't remember. That was a classic. That was a good one. Well, that's awesome, Tanya. I appreciate it. Just now from downtown LA Scanner, Broadway and 3rd, abandoned white Ford Fusion. Sounds like the same vehicle that was in the pursuit a little while ago. And then, yep, it was one of the tweets. I remember white Ford Fusion. But so that's been recovered at Broadway and 3rd, apparently. There are some really great accounts out of LA that monitor the scanner and retweet and I don't it's amazing what these folks are able to do. I'll be honest, if they do a subscriber thing, or if what they've offered now on Twitter, which reminds me, don't let me forget about that. That would be something that I would contribute to following that, if they did that. There's a couple. San Fernando SFV Scanner is one of the ones I follow. Downtown LA Scanner does a great job. There's another whole group called Chase Alerts Only. Retweets. All great Twitter. Like those are some of the accounts I really like on Twitter. Before we go, tomorrow, my plan is to spend some time midday tomorrow sitting and going through. I found something on Twitter, and here's the heads up. And I'm going to show you this, and we'll go through. I'll show you how I go through and look at this and what we find. But I found an account on Twitter that attacks right-wing politicians. It appears to be an automated account. It has an incredible 2-minute tweet rate average. It tweets once every 2 minutes, which is astronomically consecutive as far as averages go. Who's that, Chrissy? I didn't see who you were asking about. Before we go, did I know him? I don't know who you were. Ask me who that is, Chrissy. But there's been all this talk about Russian bots and interference in elections and whatnot. Tomorrow we're going to sit down and we're going to look at Twitter accounts. One in particular that is attacking conservative politicians. Hollis says Chinese AI most likely. Hollis, I hope you join me because I just see weird things. But it is a website called Hootwi. Hootwi? Who WTI? No, THWHOTWI. Hootwi is the analytics app that I stumbled upon, and how it looks at the friends and the followers and what this account was doing and how it was retweeting or tweeting to comment or reply tweets and automatically responding, and how it links content seems to be really advanced sort of AI to me. And so just looking at comparison, and then the accounts that they're connected to that are retweeting them, which seems to be building that account. So we'll take a look at that tomorrow because that's a really interesting thing. I want to know how they know what a Russian bot looks like. I believe that the Russian bot accounts that Democrats blame for the collusion are actually just people who are passionate about the problems in politics and the government. So, like Forrest Gump said, I may not know what love is. Wait, no. He said something different. I do know what love is, he says. Something like that. I do know what a bot looks like. So, I find more bots that look the other way. And there's lots to talk about because there's been so much going on in these congressional hearings. I want to talk about what Tulsi Gabbard said today, yesterday, the 9th, in Congress. Fascinating. The Twitter people and what they were hit with and the collusion. I want to talk about all that tomorrow. So maybe we'll put the robe on and have some real serious discussions and just kind of look at some stuff together. You know, we can do a little research and see who's being who. Status quo, what's going on? It's good to be back. Cindy. Cindy. It's not Joe. This is a microphone trick that has been used for a very long time. And it's not a whisper thing. It's about drawing you in and getting you to listen and pay attention. And Joe's just made it creepy. Just like Hitler made that mustache. I'm sorry, Joe's not going to steal the quiet microphone technique, the get close, because it should still be loud, but it's about getting close and having you kind of draw in. They've been doing it in radio since before television. But yeah, that's one of the beautiful things about a condenser mic is that you can do that, and it sounds good. It works. So, because I can hear it in my ears. I can hear myself talk. You're right. But anyway, yeah. Tulsi be populist. I'd love to have a conversation about that. Is that a bad thing? We'll look into it. Yeah, we'll look into it because there's so much going on, and I'm actually hearing that potentially Russia is starting to drop bombs and air attack on mercenaries. Know how it works. Yeah. I'm hearing that Russia is attacking Ukraine by air tonight. Or night, whatever their time is there. I don't know. But that was actually a couple hours ago. I was seeing that coming through. I think tomorrow is going to be a big news day. OKC Rebel. Hey, bud. But yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about. And yeah. Yeah. A lot on my mind thinking about just trying to decide whether we want to talk about. But yeah, anyway, that's it for me tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's been fun. And it's a lot of tweets about police things going on in LA. I gotta hook up some more cities because LA is too far away, and it's one of those things. Cindy, I've got a button just for you then. Right here, babe. There's a little tuck. There's a little tuck for you. He's probably downstairs half asleep, or he is asleep. Gra hooking up with Marjorie Taylor Greene now. You know, it's definitely getting to be a fight there in Congress, isn't it? The hypocrisy is something. Only Democrats are allowed to have hissy fits and act out. Well, thank you, Davo. Thank you. So, I think everybody should be able to act out and just speak their damn minds. But, yeah. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Sometime in the afternoon. Midday, we'll shoot the shit and go hunting for bots. It should be fun. Big day. Wizzy out. Thanks, everybody. Hang on. I got to make sure I do this right. I got to turn that off. Wizzy out. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye. Later today. Actually. Later today. Night. Too much life going on. Watch the replay, Rebel. Watch the replay. All right. See you guys. Night, everybody.